This is Nairobi, Kenya. Like many other cities in the world, Nairobi suffers from horrendous traffic. However, Nairobi's congestion is mainly due to its public transit system. Imagine you have a group of people in a city who need to move from point A to point B. Half the people take the train, the remainder takes a high-capacity bus, and a few drive their private vehicles. In scenario 2, you have the same group of people, but in this case, you only have low-capacity minibuses and private cars. More than half of the people use multiple minibuses and the rest drive their vehicles. Can you guess which scenario is the most efficient? The first scenario gave people more options and involved high-capacity modes of transport, meaning a reduced amount of vehicles on the roadways. However, in scenario 2, the people only had 2 low-capacity options. If you scale this up into thousands of people who need to move in different directions, many vehicles would be required in scenario 2, leading to congestion on the roadways. That's Nairobi for you, a 5 million people city. About 15% of Nairobians commute by private vehicles. Another 40% use their only transit option, the privately operated low-capacity vehicles known as Matatus. Matatus are convenient but inefficient. First, Matatus pick up and drop off passengers anywhere along the road, an excellent thing for commuters but a bothersome practice for other motorists. The stop-and-go process of picking up and dropping off passengers tends to obstruct traffic, leading to congestion and in some cases accidents. Secondly, most Matatus have a capacity of 14 to 33 passengers, meaning many of these vehicles are needed to satisfy the demand during peak hours. In turn, this clogs up the roads. Another problem is that it is common to find queues of people in the city waiting for transport at peak times. When there are no more Matatus available at the station at peak hours, commuters are left waiting for long periods as the empty Matatus returning to the city get stuck in traffic. Nairobi authorities have tried to tackle traffic congestion in the city. They have suggested increasing parking fees and also holding car-free days. A former governor of Nairobi tried to ban Matatus from accessing the city and failed miserably. Matatus are currently the lifeline of transit in Nairobi, and the authorities cannot eliminate them without providing a viable alternative. The public has a love and hate relationship with the Matatu system. They love the convenience but hate the unpredictability. Matatu operators frequently raise fares without warning due to anything from a surge in commuters to poor weather. Some vehicles are driven carelessly with little regard to passenger safety, and some operators harass the passengers, making it an overall chaotic experience. With no other option, the public has no choice but to put up with all the nonsense. Many wish there were a better way, like a system that could appeal to the majority of the public while also reducing traffic congestion. A rapid rail transit system would be the most efficient. However, it is a costly option, especially if built underground. Recently, the majority of the cities that cannot justify the cost of building a rapid rail system are choosing BRT system. This option is more feasible for Nairobi. A rapid bus system would be the cheaper option to implement. However, for a BRT system to be highly efficient, it has to have these characteristics. Dedicated lanes for the buses that prevent them from mixing with the rest of the traffic allow for faster travel time even at peak times. A fare correction system at the station instead of the bus eliminates delays caused by passengers paying on board the bus. BRT buses get priority at signalized intersections by extending the green phase or shortening the red phase of the traffic signals. Platform level boarding, where the station platforms are level with the bus floor for quick and easy boarding, making them fully accessible for wheelchairs, disabled passengers, and baby strollers with minimal delays. With a well-implemented BRT system, the public's commuting experience would significantly improve. A demand-driven timetable would ensure that more buses are available when needed and at a greater frequency. Fares would be stable with no unpredictable fluctuation. The system operators would be highly trained staff who must remain professional. Finally, if the system is well designed, the buses would be able to avoid traffic which would slash travel time. So, would the public use the system? A transit system is useless if no one uses it. A BRT system is already a big step up over the Matatus minibuses. However, competitive fares and discount programs would significantly increase ridership. So what happens to the Matatus? A rapid bus system can coexist with Matatus as they would continue operating on feeder routes and long-distance transport. The Matatu system employs many people. The BRT system planners can plan to include Matatu owners as shareholders while also hiring some of the great drivers. A BRT system in Nairobi will be a reality soon. A pilot line is under construction along Thika Road. If successful, plans are in place to construct 4 more lines. However, until a fully operational network of BRT lines is completed, Matatus will always be an essential transit option in Nairobi.